Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Toffee Bluecast. We are live here at a different time, 5 o'clock, to do the pre-match for the game. Now, the game's tonight, so what a time to do the pre-match because it's coming later. But we had to do it quite a bit earlier because we like to... The lineups would be coming out as we're doing it if we didn't do it early. So it is a 5 o'clock kickoff. Do get involved in the comments. I have back with me on the show, which I'm really happy to have on, Radiant, who we haven't spoken to for a while, so it'll be a cracking catch-up. And we'll do our normal format going through the show. How are we, Radiant? You all right?
Yeah, I'm very good. It's been a while, obviously, because my guy, Armando Broa, got injured. But ever since I haven't been on here, there's been some cracking results. So maybe I should stay away, but let's see.
I don't think it was even you that was cursed. Let's just put it down to where some people like this. Sean Dyche and getting David Moyes in. Now, David Moyes has come in, and he's been... I was just saying to you before we went live, couldn't have gone any better, could it? What do you think on this new... What's done this? Because David Moyes has come in and we've lost one game, but then we've won, drew, won and drew. So we're unbeaten in our last 6 Premier League games and only lost 1.
Yeah, it's just fantastic turnaround, really. I think it was quite obvious that Everton weren't as bad as Sean Dyche were making them out to be. But I wasn't expecting Everton to win this many games, also against the type of opposition and stuff like that. So, yeah, a very positive turnaround. I'm just happy to see it, to be honest. It's such a big club. Shouldn't really be anywhere near relegation. So it's better they're close to mid-table now.
I kept saying on the show, it felt like that under Sean Dyche, it become that we are the relegation team now and we're never going to be any different. But David Moyes has come in and said, no, Everton used to be this, and I'm going to get them back to that. And I've got a little bit of that feeling of what Everton used to be under David Moyes now, where we could be a mid-table team, maybe a good season, push on and do what not Bournemouth are doing or Nottingham Forest. I do feel Moyes could have that sort of run in him. So I'm looking forward to David Moyes and seeing where he takes us. Do you think this David Moyes coming in, it will be longer now? Because I know a lot of Everton fans, when he first come in, there was like, we'll take him for 1 season and we'll get rid of him. What do you think now?
It's a weird one because I think he's very underappreciated by almost any club he's been at. When he was at West Ham, people were genuinely not liking the guy, which made no sense because he got them to 6th place, 7th place, won them a European trophy, and people kind of found it boring. I don't know why, but now you can see them without him, and they're 16th. And also with Everton, I think people think of him as an idea, which is basically safety, but nothing else. But I think with the right backing and with a bit of luck, he can easily get Everton back to like 7th, 8th, and maybe even 6th, because you see some crazy results. So if Nottingham Forest can go 3rd, Everton can also do something similar, for sure.
No, it's been a cracking run. It's just nice for Everton fans to get to be happy now. We have got a Finn squad. It's a Finn squad. He's doing what he can with it. And his name is Moyes at the minute. He's absolutely smashing it. The Moyes can't be going any better. Unlucky last game with the penalty thing. They spoke about it in the press conference. I think it is crap. It was bad. Don't do it again. But I think we've got to move on from it. And this game, hopefully, we'll get some good refereeing. I doubt it, but hopefully we'll get some good refereeing and can move on from that really, really bad decision. Keep your comments coming in. What we do, for anyone that's new, is we'll look at the last 10 Premier League games of Brentford. So we'll put all what you want to see before the game on the screen. So it's a good little watch this is to get you ready for the game. We'll put Brentford's last 10 Premier League games so you get the form of Brentford. Don't have to look it up. We've done it for you. We'll put the Everton form up so we can look at how we're doing, which is nicer at this moment in time. And then me and Radiant will talk about the lineup of what they've got. We'll talk about the Everton lineup. We do want your lineups when we do the Everton lineup in the comments. And we finish with a score prediction. So a nice, fun, quick and easy show. Right, so let's get into it then. What have we got here? So there you go. There's the fireworks. That was in the derby. That's crazy. They're letting fireworks go, flares go, all in the streets at the derby. Absolutely insane, that is. Crazy. Evertonians love it. Right, so Brentford took the time to write this up. This is their form, Radium. What do you think of it?
Yeah, a bit of a mixed bag. It's like watching one of those Haribo bags with a bit of green apple, strawberry, orange, a bit of everything, you can see they won their last two, but it's also been against 16th and 17th in Leicester, so it's not really too much. I think the thing about Brentford is I don't actually think they're that good. I just think they've got a very good coach in Thomas Frank, and he makes them play a certain way, which gets the most out of his players. But I definitely don't think it's a team that's better than what they've actually performed. So I think it's quite a good picture of where they are as a team.
Yeah, it's interesting. Loads of people commenting in, and that's great because it's an early kickoff. I know someone said it's messing. Paul says it's messing with his OCD going early, but you are in the house. That's all that matters. A quick beer run and then home. Afternoon, folks. We will try and get involved in as many comments as we can. Radian will jump on a few, and I'll jump on a few.
Yep.
There we go. In my opinion, he should be your manager moving forward. Yeah, I agree with you, Russ. He's very good with Everton for years, and he is not Dyche. Manchester United wanted him to take over Ferguson. That should tell you all you need to know. Yeah, I don't think it was the right time for Man U, but I think it says how big of a manager he was that he come in after Alex Ferguson. So he has got. It's interesting because I was playing in my pool match, and he goes, I can't believe that West Ham. One of the lads, I can't believe that West Ham wanted David Moyes gone. I says, we had a West Ham fan on the channel before we played him, and he said he does not want David Moyes. He wants him gone. He can't stand him. And I said to him, Radiant, I goes, you just won a trophy with him last season. He's won you a trophy. And what does a manager need to do? It's crazy. Genuine. You mentioned it, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they finished 7th, then they won a trophy, and then they wanted him out, and now look at where they are. Like, it didn't really go much better.
Everton fans would go nuts, absolutely nuts if David Moyes got us a trophy. I'm telling you, I think they're a bit too stuck up there, West Ham. Don't get ahead of yourselves. You know what I mean? The trophies don't come easily. It's like they just took that trophy for granted.
Yeah.
Back to this table. So one thing I have noticed on this, writing it up, is that they win a lot of games away, but they're really bad at home. If you look at the red there, they lost at home against Nottingham Forest. They lost at home against Arsenal. They lost at home against Liverpool, drew at home against Man City, and then they also lost at home against Tottenham. So they're struggling at home, ain't they? Dare I say it? It's a good place to play them at their ground.
Yeah, you could easily say that. They haven't won at home since the 7th of December. So what is it? Almost 4 months now. It's crazy.
Radium with the stats, yeah. So I don't like that they're Radium. You know, I prefer. I think when we played Brentford a bit back, can't remember which game it was, but there was unbeaten in 11 and we beat them. I like to go against. I like it when they're due a loss. Yeah. I don't like it when they're due a home win. When you see all those home losses, I think to myself, that's not good. That means they're probably due a win. But we need to have that mentality where we think to ourselves, no, they're crap at home and we're going to beat them at home.
Yeah,
that's the way we've got to think. That is the way we've got to think. So, yeah, that is the form, people, on the screen. Keep your comments coming all the way through, and we will interact. Betty is regretting that now. Yeah, the West Ham fan probably is regretting that now. So, on to our form. Slightly more proud of this.
Yeah, much better.
It is good, isn't it? I mean, you've got to remember, Dyche couldn't win a game, and he couldn't score a goal or have a shot on target. And David Moyes has come in, and you look at obviously the Aston Villa game. I think Moyes just sat back and looked at what he's got. Show me what you've got. I don't think he implied himself on that game that much.
No.
But Tottenham was where he said, right, I'm going to make some moves now. And we scored 3 goals against Tottenham. We beat them. Beat Brighton 1-0, which was a good result because I think Brighton have got some good players. 4-0 against Leicester, when we drew against Leicester last time we played them and normally struggle against the weaker teams. Liverpool, we scored 2 against. 2-2. Yep. So that's 2 goals in the derby. Then we scored 2 goals against Palace. Palace was massively in form when we played them, by the way.
Yeah,
and we beat them 2-1. And they've just gone and won again. So that was I think that was a result that some people probably look past. That's a really good result against Crystal Palace. And then we played Man United, went 2-0 up. And I really do think we could have beat them 3-2. So we're scoring goals now. We're attacking. It's a lot better, isn't it, Radiant?
Yeah, I mean, the thing I like about the results, if you just scrap the last three, you can see it's David Moyes. He's got in what 7 games, he's got 4 wins and 2 draws. I think that's very good. And I also like the way it's been some different type of results. You see against Leicester, very dominating, imposing yourselves on the game. But against someone like Palace, they were on the ball. They were creating the most, but they dug deep, got the win, even though they weren't playing the best. And also against Liverpool, shit housing it, but still getting the result needed. So I think it shows a lot of different variants of the same Everton squad. I just think I don't know how he's managed to do it this quickly, but I just think it clicks.
What do you think he has done different? Because I read a tweet on X saying, I think it was Beto. Beto said that David Moyes come in and he said, "You're a player that likes balls through. You like to make the runs." And Moyes played to Beto's strength straight away. And I don't think Dyche did that. And it's not a pick on Dyche Day, by the way. I'm just saying that I'm seeing a lot of players excel that wasn't excelling underneath Dyche. And I do think although Moyes doesn't claim it, and Moyes just says, "I haven't done much," I do think it's massively down to David Moyes. Do you think it is?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. One of the things I like about David Moyes is he's very pragmatic. So he just looks at what he has to work with, and then he maximizes what he has to work with. So no such thing as making people do stuff they aren't good at. He looks at their strengths, their weaknesses, and then he tries to build a tactic around that. As you say with Beto, there was no reason to put him in situations where he's not comfortable. If he likes to run in behind, then slot in some through balls, make him run onto the end of them, and for sure he'll score goals. There's a reason why Everton bought Beto in the first place. That's because he scored a lot of goals at Udinese. It's not because he's a useless guy as Dyche made him look like. You just got to play to his strength. I think he's done that with a lot of people, even a guy who I don't like at all, Jack Harrison. He's also been better. So I think overall he's just managed to get the most out of most of his players. And I think the biggest reason why we've seen this shift is also because of mentality. When you're constantly told, we're not better than this, we're not better than that, then you're just going to end up losing because what's the point? You don't have any belief. But when you instill that belief and that right mentality, you can beat anyone. That's how football works.
I honestly think that Sean Dyche's first thought was opposition, like stop them from doing what they're going to do. And I believe that a lot of players was drilled to defend before they could attack. So their first thought, say Mikalenko, was make sure you stay back and defend. As soon as David Moyes come in, I looked at our fullbacks, O'Brien, who Dyche didn't play, and Mikalenko, and they just bombed it forward, and they just had that freedom to just say, "I'm going to take it to you." And even Njai, who's out now, Njai had so much more freedom under David Moyes. He was okay under Dyche, but I think David Moyes come and got him pushing into the 10 position more, and the same with Lindstrom. And I just, like you said, I do think that Moyes has come in and he's playing to every player's strengths, and he's just doing what they can do, but playing to the strengths of the good side of them, not the strengths of the defensive stuff. So it is amazing to see, and they are coming out the shell, and they are looking fantastic. And I just hope we can keep this unbeaten run going, because you never know where you can get. I think that's why Everton fans were so frustrated with not getting the 3-2 against Man United, because it's been the worst season ever, but there's still a good chance to push up that table as high as we can get. And you never know where it can get you. So we've got to try. We don't want to miss out on 2 points. We really don't. Keep your comments coming in. Alcaraz should come in for the... Well, we are going to go to lineups now. So it's interesting you do that. So we're on lineups now, people. Get your lineups in now. So what lineup you want, get your lineups in nice and early, and we'll read them out and tell you what we think. First of all, we're going to look at their team. Now, I did see that they have got a player out, which was Norgard, wasn't it, Radium?
Yeah, exactly.
So Norgard is out because he had concussion. So this is what they played last game, and you've got to realise that Norgard will be out because of concussion. Who did you say will be in for him, Radium?
That Ukrainian fella. I can't remember what he's called, actually.
No, I don't know him that well.
Just a second, I'll find it for you. He's called the Yarmo Lyuk with a Y first. Yarmo.
I asked you because you're a lot better at saying the names than me, so I put you on the spot. But I knew you could pronounce any name, Radiant, like a dictionary. But yeah, so the Ukrainian Yamak Klol, I know I've said it wrong, will come in for him. So straight away, though, that is one of the main players out for them, isn't it? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think he's also captain, isn't he?
Yeah, big player.
Yeah, wow. So a very, very important figure, you could say. Of course, I think their biggest strength lies in 3 of those front 4. But of course, after that, I would definitely say Nagel is one of their better players.
So, talk to me about this team. What would you look at and say we've got to watch out for, and what would you look at and say is a weakness that we need to exploit?
Well, obviously, I think everyone knows that when they play Brentford, Mbeumo and Wissa, they cause trouble. They're danger men. And also, you know they're going to cause a lot of trouble on the break if you let them have too much space. But you also got to look at a guy like Damsgaard in the middle and make sure that he doesn't have too much time to pull the strings, because he's actually a guy pulling the strings there. He likes to come back and defend, get the ball, and then he also knows how to service Mbeumo, Wissa, and maybe even the guy Schade there on the left wing. So I think that 3 right there is very important to stay close to them. But other than that, I would say their right-hand side and even their left-hand side, their fullbacks, they're very weak. Ayer isn't a fullback at all. And Lewis, he's not the best. So I would say play down the wings more so than focusing on the middle, because that's where their weaknesses are.
No, Damsgaard's come in, and he didn't. I've honestly thought when they signed Damsgaard, because I watched him international, I thought, what a signing that is. But it's took a long time to get into their first team and into that starting position. I think they rate him now, and he is doing well. It just shows how long it can take for a player to bed in from abroad. But he does finally look the player, like you said. So you've got to watch out for him as the number 10. Wissa, he's a proper box of energy, he is, isn't he? He reminds me a little bit of that Luca that used to play for Spurs. You know, like full-on energy. He's like that. Or Son, a little bit like Son as well. Just loads of energy, isn't he? And he's really fast. So you're going to have to keep an eye on him. Not a big player. So you're not going to be in a physical battle with him that much, are you? I think it's like runs in behind that you've got to watch out for.
Yeah, he's a bit of a Duracell guy. Yeah, you could even call him. Just full of energy. I mean, just to keep you going for 90 minutes. So yeah, you have to watch out for him for sure.
Yeah, I think him and Maburno, I think they're the 2 players to watch. I mean, he does score as well, so you've got to watch out for him. He's in goal-scoring form this season. Lewis Potter is normally a left winger that was like on par with Anthony Gordon when we had him, and they said those 2 was the up-and-coming talents as a winger. And they've moved him to left back because they haven't got a left back. But he's been doing really well, but I'd get at him still. He's still a winger that is a left back, isn't he? And I think when you're a winger that's a left back, it's not his position. Although we have got a centre back that's not. So that could be an interesting one. But that is their team, people. I don't underestimate them, because I still think it's a decent team. But I definitely think that we could have harder games than this. So we've definitely got a chance tonight. We really have. I'm interested on how this is going to go. Keep your comments coming in, people. That is their team on the screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go for Everton's last team that they played, and me and Radian will swap it if we need to. Get your teams in. Emma's in the house. Get your comments in, people. Get your lineups in now. Let's have a look at Everton's then. Let's remove this one. Midweek game, just mad, isn't it? I like a weekend because it feels like I'm not ready for this one.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, these midweek ones sometimes.
Season's going fast, though, isn't it, Radian? Like,
yeah, it is.
The countdown on Goodison Park is going very fast. Right, so this is it. The famous EFC. This is what we've got. Talk to me, Radian.
Yeah, I mean, to be completely honest with you, I wouldn't change too much. I think it's been working very well. I think the only place where there's room for discussion is Alcaraz. He could maybe play in the 10 role instead of Doucouré. Other than that, I wouldn't actually change anything.
No, that's why I've I remember when we used to have David Moyes back in the day, long time ago. We used to have the same 11 all the time. David Moyes found an 11 and they stayed fit and we had the same 11 and you liked it because you liked the 11 and you would never change it. So you always knew what you was going to get every week. And that's how it used to be. I remember it under David Moyes. And it's starting to get a little bit like that now where if we did the pre-match under Sean Dyche, there'd be a lot of changes on this lineup under Sean Dyche, I feel, because you wouldn't know what he's going to do or who he's going to play. David Moyes is finding a strong team and he wants the same team every week, I feel, because that's how you improve. And this is what we're doing. We're playing this team and changing just a few things if we have to. Obviously, Illiman and Jai is out. And Harrison's in, which is funny because we wasn't happy with Harrison, was we, Radiant? Who was missing sitters that Brozier was putting on a plate last time we was talking. So, but I will put my hands up. I don't think he's playing like a incredible, but I do think he's playing better under David Moyes, Harrison.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, playing to strength and also his natural position, I'm pretty sure is left wing. So, of course, it does a lot that he finally plays there instead of right wing. So yeah, I think he's enjoying it. I think he's enjoying it over there, and as long as he isn't a problem, there's no real bad thing in having him in there. It's not a guy to get you the goals and the assists, but he works hard, tries his best. Then some of the other guys can do all the fancy stuff, right?
Yeah, I think that as well. He's not like Njai. Njai will put fear into opposition, rip them to pieces, take extra time on the ball. I don't think Harrison's got that where he feels he can destroy players, but he's hardworking. I think he's getting a little bit more confident in his attacking now. When he's been coming on, I think him being dropped is the boot up the arse that he needed.
Yeah.
And now he looks like he's thinking, you know what, Njai's going to be back soon. And I need to take this chance that I've got. So hopefully he keeps it up because we do need him to keep it up because we haven't got a lot of options as wingers. I did hear, I don't know whether it's true because you know how X works and loads of bull crap on it, that Njai wasn't on crutches. Someone did tweet saying, I seen Njai and he wasn't on crutches. So he might not be as long as we think.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw people were fearing for his knee and maybe a season ender and stuff like that. But after digging a little bit deeper, it seemed like it was a minor, if you could even call it that. But as long as it isn't a major knee injury, I think it's okay. Even if it's 1 or 2 months, it's still much better than a season ender. So I think it's not as bad as first thought.
I was thinking of you, Radiant, because when Brozier got injured, which I don't want to take you back to this moment because I know it'll probably make you very angry. When he got injured, he kicked the floor, and I thought, who kicks the floor?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Njai does the same thing. He kicks the floor as well.
It's a crazy concept.
It's so hard to take that sort of injury into it, I feel. It's just so hard because you think to yourself, it must be that if the new thing is, if a player kicks the floor, it must be really bad because 2 players have done it and they're out for quite a while. So don't kick the floor. They need a team talk before the game and say, do not kick the floor because
kick the ball, don't kick the floor.
Yeah, so frustrating. Right, so O'Brien's coming. It's nice to talk to you because we haven't spoke for a while, Radiant, and it's nice to have you on because it's a catch-up. And O'Brien's come in. What do you think of O'Brien? Because I love him. I really do love him in that position. Or any position. I just love him on the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I didn't know too much about him, but I remember you speaking quite well of him. So I was quite intrigued to see how he was going to play. But I think he's been fantastic ever since he started playing. I think he plays with so much personality for quite a young guy. 23 is still quite young in football. And for a guy who's been a bit of a fringe player in the squad, to come in and just do his thing and be quite fearless when he plays. I like that a lot. I like to see players with personality who don't just play it safe all the time, regardless of position. So I really liked him. I've been impressed.
My partner showed me a video of O'Brien because it come up as a short, and there's a video of O'Brien. He's got a baby on the way now, so his partner found out that she's pregnant. And she did it live where she told O'Brien that she's pregnant. And O'Brien's face is just like that. And when she's hugged him, he's not even hugged her back. And my partner goes, he does not look happy. He's just arms down, like young lad sort of reaction, O'Brien. So you need to work on, you need to work on your reaction, O'Brien. But it's really funny. Well, congratulations, he has got a kid on the way, O'Brien, and he's smashing it.
Yeah,
Garner Gay. Yeah, good. He's a big lad. He's a giant. You know what I mean, O'Brien. Garner Gay. You like your football. This guy's on fire, isn't he, Radium?
Yeah, I mean, he's a player I've always liked ever since his first stint at Everton, where first got to watching him. He was all right at PSG, but who watches PSG, to be honest? But then he came back to Everton. I think he's been good. I just like his energy, 35 years old, still winning tackles for days. He just goes about his stuff. He does what he needs to do, not much more than that. But you don't need more. Just do your basics, and he's very good at that.
Looks a lot more confident. Like, one big thing I would have about him, that he was losing possession and was conceding goals as soon as he lost possession. In his position, if you do lose possession, you often end up with the ball in the back of your net.
Yeah,
it's just such a vital position where you just not got the numbers if he loses it in that position. So it's a position where when you're in front of the defence and you come and get the ball, a lot of players are up because they're thinking Garner Gay is going to get us up the pitch. And if he loses it, we're exposed and we can be caught out. And he's been a lot more composed and he hasn't lost it. And his interceptions have been fantastic. Really happy with him at the minute. James Garner's come in and he's responded well from his injury. He's doing well.
Yeah, for sure. I like Jim Garner because those two as a duo, they complement each other quite a lot. I think Gay is the guy who does all the dirty work. He's very good at breaking up the opposition play. But I think James Garner, he has this quality about him where he can also slot in the through ball or get the play going. Exactly as you say, when people bump forward, they expect him to get the ball forward. And I think he's been very good at that also. So I think it's a good duo. I like watching it. It's not a bad midfield at all.
Keep the comments coming. No, I agree with you completely. And he's got the eye for the pass. He's a confidence player for me, James Garner. I do believe he is a proper confidence player, and he's got all of it, but he hasn't got the confidence of enjoying. I think he needs to just start thinking that I am the man, and believe in himself because he's got the ability. Lindstrom playing now, wasn't playing that much.
I mean, this is a guy who I've been wanting to play more. But I also understand why he hasn't played too much because he has a horrific statistic going about him where he hasn't actually scored in 50 games, scored or assisted. The last time he scored a goal was when he was Frankfurt, and that's 2 clubs ago. So he needs to get some output out there, just in any way, shape, or form, even regardless of his performances. But I definitely think he is the best right wing option. He's the most suited to that role. It's more natural for him. I think he's a good player. He's got the quality, but he just needs to break that deadlock of not scoring or assisting. And I think then it will do something for him mentally too.
I didn't even know it was that many. That's a real. He needs to break that.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, it's not a good. He scored in a friendly, but that don't count.
It doesn't.
We are the famous EFC says, "Am I doing a watch along live?" No, I'm not. I will do at some point another watch along, but I can't do one today. I will be going nuts though. I probably should do. How crazy I go on these watch alongs. Lindstrom, by the way, come off last time because he had a bug. David Moyes has said that the bug has gone now. It was Lindstrom and Irabunum also had the bug. Paul's got the bug now. A lot of people have got the bug, so the flu's obviously going around. I just hope it gets out of the camp of Everton because we haven't got a big squad and we could really struggle if we got it bad around the whole players. So hopefully that's the end of it. We don't want a bug. Harrison we spoke about. Decore, that was the big thing that we were saying, Radiant, that is the talk of this now, where I feel that everyone will probably have the same lineup as this, but some people might change the Decore for the Alcaraz.
Yeah.
Alcaraz, when we got him, fair play to you. There's two. When we got him, you said good signing.
Yeah.
And I thought the same. And I did watch him a lot at Southampton where other people didn't. And I knew he was a proper dynamite number 10 that we've got. What do you think on him so far? I know he hasn't played much, but...
No, I think when you get signed in January, it's always quite hard to do an impact regardless of the circumstances. But I think he's been good. The thing I like about him, I like my Argentines a lot, and I think he's like a typical Argentine player. You know, a lot of energy. He's not scared to get into the tackles, and he just works hard and plays well. And they're also quite technical with it, so they aren't just physical; they're also technical. And I think that's what I like to see in most players, and that's like the embodiment of Charlie Alcaraz. So I really like him. The thing about it is, he scored and assisted against Palace, and then he didn't play against United that much. But then Doucouré scored and assisted, so they might be having turns. So maybe this time around, Alcaraz will get on the score sheet. So he might need to start.
Alcaraz is more of a. He's got that look. He looks like a James Rodriguez. That's what people say anyway. Yeah. He's got that. He just looks like a good footballer, and it's crazy to say that because you shouldn't think looks as anything to do with football. But he looks like he's got the var voom, doesn't he? And Alcaraz, he's got a bit of personality on him as well. So a lot of people would probably say Alcaraz looks more spicy than Doucouré, but Doucouré is still putting stuff in. And sometimes I feel it gets overlooked with Doucouré. Even I do it myself. Because Doucouré is not as good technically, you overlook what he actually does. And Alcaraz has played after the derby, and he's got an assist, and he's scored, which is amazing stats, which everyone was raving about. Doucouré's come in after that amazing game from Alcaraz and started. Moyes obviously likes him. And Doucouré's come in and he's assisted and he's scored as well. So it's not easy to do that, is it? After coming in after a player's done so well. So you've got to rate Doucouré. And I know a lot of people won't have him in this team, Radiant. Like, they won't choose him. But why? Why are they choosing Alcaraz over Doucouré?
Well, it's because Doucouré isn't really a number 10. Like, throughout his whole career, he's played at max like an advanced number 8. So he doesn't really fit too much into that role, but I think he's doing what he can do quite well. Yeah, he doesn't have the technical abilities, but when you watch some of his goals also against United, he just bumps forward and he doesn't look back. He just keeps going. He believes it 100%. And sometimes that's all you need to force a goal like he does sometimes. I think he's a very fun player to watch sometimes because he gets some stuff going his way, which shouldn't really be possible, but when you believe it that much, it happens sometimes. Then luck goes your way.
Yeah, I think sometimes because he's unpredictable and even he doesn't know what he's doing sometimes, it's unpredictable for the opposition. It can work that way. That's how it goes. I mean, well, after saying that, it's a perfect time to talk about Beto. Sometimes he's the same. He's unpredictable.
Yeah.
But defenders don't like that because I think as a defender, if you're marking a striker, you need to read what they're doing. So a defender that's having a good game reads what he's doing, has him in the pocket all game. I think it's very hard to read what Beto's going to do. And I think that's what makes him so good. There was a Nottingham Forest striker last season, a 1 year or something like that. He was similar. He just babbled it into the net sometimes and he just got goals. And I think Beto's similar this season.
Yeah, for sure. To be honest, he's been scoring a lot of goals lately. Let me just check here. Yeah, he scored 5 goals in the last 4 games. Very, very good going for him. But you can see he's very happy, and you can see he was very, very, emotionally invested in this team. So I'm very happy for him that he's finally breaking the deadlock and started scoring a lot of goals. And I just think when a guy is in that good form, you just keep going, keep doing the same thing because it's obviously working.
Well, we needed it. Obviously, Brozier was out, and we didn't really have no strikers. Good that Brozier was out because this would have been a good opportunity for him as well. It feels like Beto's getting Brozier's opportunity, and he's full on taking it. And I spoke to you about it, Rady, and I said to you, like, Beto's doing really well, and fair play to you because you probably gutted that Brozier's not got that opportunity. But you said Beto, you watched him before we signed him. You knew he was a good striker, and it's no surprise to you.
No, he's decent. I just remember watching when he was at Udinese 2 seasons ago. I think in the first half of the season, he got like 10 goals in 12 games. So he was in great form. And then his form dipped. Udinese weren't as good because they were 4th at one point, and they dropped to like 10th, 11th. But, when he's on form, you can definitely see a player in there. And that's what we're seeing now also.
Do you think Brozier will be back before the end of the season?
From what I've been reading, he should be back like mid-March, like 10th, 11th, 12th March. So maybe he'll be back for what game is that? I think, West Ham it says, but probably back for Liverpool after the international break.
Yeah, because I'm watching Beto, and I think he's insane, by the way. I think Beto puts in that much that we still need to bring a striker on 60, 70 minutes, maybe even earlier sometimes. And if he gets injured as well, Beto's doing incredible. I don't like all my eggs in one basket on one striker not getting injured. I honestly do believe last game I would have took Beto off at 60, 70 minutes. He gave everything he got, and he's that type of player that does, and he does need changing sometimes. So I did hear that Shemiti is on the grass, not in a Dyche way, by the way. Normal grass, David Moyes grass, and and then obviously you've just mentioned that Brozier could come back as well, which will be a lot better. We need two strikers because when Beto was burning out that last game, when it was 2-0 up, and you could see we needed energy, and against Man United, I feel because we don't have the bench sometimes, that's what cost us against Man United. I think if we had a striker on the bench and another, Irabunum obviously was sick, another player in centre mid, it'll help us. You need a big bench, don't you, Radian?
Yeah, the bench is almost as important as the starting 11 because you can change games like that. You can go from losing, do a couple good subs, and then you win the game. So of course you need someone to see out the games. You can clearly see Beto. He doesn't have any more in him by the 75th minute because he's completely drained. So yeah, for sure. I didn't know too much about Chermiti. I'm pretty sure Broja returns before Calvert-Lewin though because his injury was quite serious too. Thing with Broja is they're projecting him to be back in 2 weeks, but it's ankle injury. The ligaments sometimes they're tricky to predict. So we will have to see when something official comes out.
Yeah. Pickford, O'Brien, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Miko, Garner Gay, Lindstrom, Alcaraz, Harrison. So the only thing, Caswell, we're going to put a few of your lineups on the screen now, people. We interact with you. That's what we do. We love you in the comments. Similar to ours, Alcaraz, probably expected, Radium.
Yeah, just Alcaraz instead of Doucouré. I just think he needs it. And also, they played a couple days ago. Maybe he needs the rest also.
I'm just getting your lineups on the screen, people. I think it's going to be very similar, though, looking at the lineups when I've seen them. The only position change I think that there's going to be, here we go, Hazard, keep them coming in if you haven't done it. My team is Pickford, O'Brien, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Miko, Garner, Harrison, Dukes. So he's gone for Dukes as well. That's the thing, though. Dukes, he does press well at the start. I do feel he's got more energy than Alcaraz, but I do feel Alcaraz is more technical. So they're completely two different players. So that's why Moyes will use them in different ways.
They are.
That's a couple of your lineups on the screen. Sorry if I missed them out, people, but I did try and get them all on. Right, so we are on the main part of the show now. Let's get rid of that. This is the part that everyone joins in, everyone likes, isn't it? The score prediction, people. Get your score predictions in. I'm interested in what they're going to be, how confident you are. Game is tonight. We're not far away from it either.
Nope, we aren't.
So get yourself excited. So get your score predictions in, people. Right, I will chuck them on the screen after we've done ours. So, score predictions. I want your goal scorers as well. Radian, you go first, and then I'll do my score prediction. Get your score predictions in, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, sometimes, when you've got a bad run, you're due something. And I'm just looking at the games, the head-to-head games. The last 5 games, Everton have won 3 and drawn 2 against Brentford. So either this keeps going or Brentford are in for like a massive win to break the deadlock. What I think is going to happen is I don't think it's going to be very one-sided. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game. And I'll go with another 2-1 to Everton, to be honest. My scores, I think Beto is going to keep going the way he's been going. And yeah, as I'm seeing in some of the comments, I'm going to go for Lindstrom to finally break his deadlock. So Beto and Lindstrom. And for Brentford, let me just pick it up here. For Brentford, I'm going to go a goal by Janelt, the midfielder.
Yeah, the one that I can't say. So you've gone for him. So 2-1. Lindstrom to get the goal. Get your scores in, people, and I'll chuck them on the screen. I can see Emma's put it in, Poots put it in, Josh put it in. I love it. You all get involved in the show. Makes it really, really good. Right. So mine is, I don't pre-think it. I do it right now, live on the show. My score prediction is, I'm going to go 3-1. And that's not because I've got any disrespect for Brentford. I think they're a really hard side, but I just love Everton at the minute. I really do. And I love all my players that much that I've got to give us at least 3 goals. So 3-1. Lindstrom to break the deadline. I didn't realise it was as bad as you said. Now I know that. I'm on the Lindstrom train as well. Please get your first goal tonight. I want to see a celebration. I think he'll go nuts after a bad run like that. So Lindstrom. I've started to Decore, and I want Alcaraz to score. So Beto again, because I want to. I really want Beto to get like an insane amount of goals now, just to make Dyche look more stupid. I want Beto to end up on like 20 goals from now to the end of the season. And I know that's crazy, but I do. So Lindstrom, Beto. I wish he gave us more goals here because I want everyone to score. Lindstrom, Beto, and Jack Harrison as a random one as well, which it shouldn't happen. I'm just going for randoms here. So Jack Harrison on one wing scores, Lindstrom on the other wing scores, and Beto scores. I'm gutted I haven't given my defenders a goal, but there you go. So Jack Harrison, Lindstrom, and Beto are my 3 goal scorers. For them, I'll probably go Wissa. I mean, he's just keeps ending up on the score sheet, don't he? Yeah. And that is my prediction, 3-1 Everton. It's a hard game though, and I hate that I don't like that they keep losing at home.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one, right? They haven't won 2025 at home, so they're due one. They really are.
They are, yeah. But we just need to keep doing what we're doing. Josh has gone for. He's put, "Come on, you Toffees," and he's gone for 2-1 Everton.
Yeah, with an Alcaraz picture as well.
Yeah, good picture. Told you. Everyone's on the Alcaraz love at the minute, ain't they? What a guy. Jack Harrison, the translator as well. Did you know that he could translate Spanish?
Yeah, I saw something about his missus being Spanish speaking. So well on him. An assist there, you could say.
How many languages can you speak?
4.
Also get on the commentary. Get on the commentary. Get Radiant on the commentary as well. It'll be like that.
Spanish language too.
Radiant's got the brains. I struggle with my own language. I do English. I struggle with that. I still spell things wrong on Twitter. Right. So Rod Ross has gone for Lindstrom and Harrison 2-0. So they are on the Lindstrom here. And Harrison as well as me. So I think we're wanting players that have been on a bit of a down to be on a high here. Yeah. Beto, Harrison, and Mabano are the goal scorers. On that one.
Not a bad show.
Pooter's gone for 2-1, the Blues. Squeaky bum finish. I don't like squeaky bum finishes, Pooter. I don't. Pooter with a squeaky bum finish, eh? All goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, with the goal Tarkovsky scored in Derby, you should be saying him also. Oh, what a finish, eh?
Yeah, I know. I wanted to say O'Brien because I think O'Brien could score from right back, Yeah, I think he charges on runs sometimes, and he's massive as well. He could score a header. I think Branthwaite could score. I think Tarkovsky could score, like you said, big goal in the derby. I even think this player's due a goal. Mikolenko as a left back bombing it forward. He could snip one. But I would have to say 11-0. I can't say 11-0, can I, people? So Emma's gone for 2-0. The Blues Emma's gone for, and she's gone for O'Brien. I like that one. Beto and O'Brien. O'Brien the Giant. Keeping your comments coming on. Nick Carr has gone for 2-2. Beto and Lindstrom. Lindstrom again. And he's gone for Wissa and Mabana. Nick on a draw. What do you think of that, Radiant?
Yeah, he's trying to keep it realistic.
He's bottled it, hasn't he? He's bottled it.
I mean, to be honest, it wouldn't be the worst of results either, a draw. So,
no, we're still unbeaten. We're still unbeaten. I always want you to put what you actually think anyway. Don't put what we want. Put what you think. 2-2. I know Nick wants us to win, but it is a hard game. I did say that. It is a hard game.
Yeah.
Right,
sure.
let's have a look what else we've got. Kevin Stanley's gone for 1-0 Alcaraz. He's even got a 52nd minute. You've got to put some on that as a bet, haven't you? Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to have a look at that because he seems confident. You know, he sees something.
When you put in minutes of goal scorers, this man is like playing God. I'm telling you.
He knows
what
something.
else have we got? Let's have a look. See what else we've got. There's been loads in though. Thanks everyone for putting your scores and goal scorers in. I think that's most of them. If I missed them, there might be one up from the Goodison gang who Adam does his channel. I hate to miss one because I am that nice. I'm trying to see what his score was. But no, there is a lot of. It's a hard game. We need to win it though. If we win it, it's going to be amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the type of game you want to win, of course, because if you win this one, it's quite a good chance of finishing 11th. Actually, close that gap, so it'll be good.
Yeah, I imagine David Moyes coming in and not losing now to the end of the season. The only game him losing was the first game.
Yeah,
that'd be insane. Found it, Adam. Found it. You know, I won't leave you out. 3-1. He's gone for the Toffees. Same score as me. Don't think he did goal scorers, but oh yeah, he has there. There we go. Good lad. He's gone for Pickford. Has he gone for Pickford goal?
No, I think he's picked. I don't know.
Oh my God. Oh my God, but you never know. Pickford could score. When we got the if we got a penalty, like I thought it was going to be a penalty against Man United, and I was thinking, if we got a penalty against Man United and Jai's injured, so who would you say is going to take the penalty?
Yeah, you could easily go Pickford. He's good at them. He's good at shooting.
He's good at them. He is. That's who we should have gone. Because I don't know who would have took the penalty. I generally don't know. Who do you think would have took it?
Probably Beto, to be honest. He used to take them at Udinese also.
Did he? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, Beto should get him anyway then. He was a striker. He should be getting him over everyone. But so Beto will probably take the penalty, people. There you go. There's your research for everyone. Right, so that's it now. That is the end of the show. Score predictions are in. Looking forward to the cracking game. Radiant, plug yourself up. Where can people find you? Because you know I love having you on the show. And it's not just about Brozier. I just love you as a person having you on. So where can people find you? And what do you do?
So you can see my handle here, at Alp Football. Speak mainly about Albanian football. As soon as Broja is back, we will speak a little bit more about Everton and Broja at Everton. At the moment, we're just watching along, seeing how good Everton are doing. But yeah, it's good times, and it's very good to be back. I've missed it, to be honest. It's always a blast.
Yeah, I do like having you on. It's we'll have you on a boxing soon as well. We'll do another boxing. We do like to chuck some random shows on. This is it now, people. Everton, can we keep that unbeaten run going? Radiant on the show, which we love having on. We will be back straight after the game match reaction. By the way, Paul has got the flu. Whether he's on or not, I don't know. I've told him to rest up. It's hard to stop him from coming on. He's like, no. But I've told him, get yourself better first. Yeah. He has got the bug. I said to Paul, Radiant, in a conversation, I said to him, you never get ill. I've never known you to be poorly, ever. I said, you never get the flu or anything. How do you not catch stuff when I had the flu? And then a couple of days later, Paul's gone. He's really ill. That's what happens, isn't it? When you say something.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, it always happens. Like they say, I'm really bad on that now because with Eiley as well, she's my daughter Eiley, she's 8 weeks old now. I've got her a little Everton top and I put it on her and we win. And I wasn't going to put, we're unbeaten anyway since she's been wearing this Everton top. And last game against Manchester United before the game, she didn't have it on, and I was thinking, I goes, I can't be bothered to get the top. Should we just leave it and not put it on? And then I thought, no, I've got to put the top on because we might lose. So I put her the top on, and we drew. So she's going to have that Everton top on. She is, I'm telling you. Lucky socks, lucky pants. Do you believe in that, or do you do anything?
No, not at all, to be honest, but it's fun sometimes.
Yeah, you got to. I'm superstitious, very superstitious, as Stevie Wonder says. Right, everybody, that is it. Thanks everyone for coming on. Everton versus Brentford. let's see how it goes. We will be back straight after.